It's absolutely disgusting. Just 26 moves. How did we get here? Well, it started with the modest pawn to e4. Playing with the white pieces is 14-year-old candidate master Artem Lebedev. He's rated just 2,700. Incredible, but 700, nearly 800 points lower than Hikaru Nakamura, who's going pawn g6, the modern defense. He's the world number 2, and he's only gonna won the Louisiana State Chess Championship. He's on an epic journey to qualify for the candidates, needs to play so many games. This, however, is Titillating Tuesday. Online chess played at the start of September. The centre is taken here by the young candidate master, and he goes on to pummel Hikaru in 26 moves. This has got to be covered. This is the chess we lived for. This is very principled now, taking the center, keeping your coach proud. What is that trio of moves? Well, it's quite standard actually for the course in the modern defense, but it's provocative. You're not fighting for the center directly. You're doing it from afar with these kind of crazy moves. Try and dislodge a knight, fianchetto a bishop, h4 now in response, and it's direct. It's good chess. h6, you'll soon see why. Castles, this knight rotates around. What is this guy doing? Utterly shameful. And after pawn h5, we see the point of h6. You can glide on past like a ship in the night. Now, when you run this with the all-powerful Sir Stock Squiddington, the chess engine, it wants to calmly develop some kind of normal move, maybe keep an eye on b4. But these youngsters, right, they ain't hanging about. We see the crack through the centre here, sheds a bit of advantage, but only if you find pawn to g4. We're in the back cave, analysis mode. Hikaru didn't do this, but I've got to show you this line. It's nuts. Top response here. You'd never guess it in a month of Sundays. Rook g1. Sacrificing an entire knight, taking and attacking a bishop. Let's say it backs up. Top move, that and king f8. Then I just want to show you a couple more because it just gets better. Not only does the engine want to sacrifice one piece, but it then wants to give a second. This is top line when I'm running this. What is going on? That's 2 knights down, 2 full knights down, and white stands a little better. Very reminiscent of those incredible Alpha Zero games from way back a few years ago. Have the look at them on YouTube if you never watched them. Incredible attacking chess. But Hikaru doesn't find g4. He plays the highly irresponsible, very stinky, very naughty pawn f5. All that Mickey Mouse chess down in Louisiana's gone to his head. Very irresponsible move. Of course you take on Croissant, the most powerful move in all of chess. We see it bellowed in his best French accent by Artem, and after knight takes, bishop d3 of course. I mean, look at the pain you're about to reap. One of the better moves, c6 apparently. Keep an eye on d5. Ultimately prepare to run the king or something, but this was played. Now it makes some sense to bounce round, but there's a very strong response which Artem finds. Can you guess the move here? He plays the absolutely awesome pawn to d5.
How many strong players nowadays, yeah? Oh my goodness. Just quick and powerful, yeah?
And it's a kind of overload move. How you'd call that properly, I don't know. Because after Hikaru takes, probably he should have just dropped back there and accepts this monster pawn in the center. Check is unleashed, and you'd love to block like this, but you can't do so, or takes. There's actually a couple of ways to execute on the tactic here, and you're winning an entire piece basically, a knight ahead. So no bishop blocks, instead king f8. 14 moves in. This is not where you want to be, and I've said it many times. I'll say it many times more. Don't let this happen to you with your openings. Have a look at the link in the description. It's Lotus Chess. I love Lotus Chess. I love the guys running it. It stops you losing in like 10, 14 moves like this nonsense on the board here. But the best part is you don't actually feel like you're learning. Gamifies the entire thing, shows you your opening lines, but in a fun way, gives you little flashcards, links with your lead chest, your chess.com, and you can do it from anywhere, right? You can be in your house, you can be on the move, you can be in a car, you're sat in bed, whatever it might be, so you're not stuck in like a book or a chess course at your desktop. Very cool. Do have a look at it. Free to get started. Link is below in the description, and you get a lot actually with even the free content. If you really love it, then you can go premium, right? Really cool. Have a look down below. Let's crack on here because the knight centralizes, of course, looking to take the bishop. Hikaru whispers, stack my bishop, as he retreats that one there. And after knight takes in the center, knight recaptures. How do we crank open the king? Bring the pressure, kill it. F4, of course. Artem roars like a mighty chess lion. Hikaru desperately tries to keep the lines closed, but now F5, pawn C5 looking for counterplay. But where does the knight go? Into the most obvious square, check. You go to Forktown, population Hikaru, have to take of course, but after pawn recaptures, you're hitting a knight, you've opened the F-file, it really is a sorry state of affairs. This rook's now coming, Hikaru desperately goes for a trick, don't get skewered, you could bring the rook anyway, create the pin, but this was played instead. Now king g7, desperately running, but the bishop now trades places with the queen there. This is a checkmate threat, not quite actually, king runs, but okay, it looks horrible. Rook h7 was desperately played, anticipating the check, giving a square. Instead the rook slides over, Hikaru steps back here, and it opens up the way for a tactical finish. Can you find the killer move in this position? Of course, you take with the rook. Where's Gotham Chess when you need him? Can't scream into my mic here. I'd probably explode the thing. It's a real piece of crap in my view. After takes, we now see the pawn advance, and the queen is just woefully short of squares. You can come here, but you cannot stop the pawn running through. So Hikaru resigns. He's a minute ahead on the clock, but doesn't matter. This kind of line was coming, and when you do a material count, you got like a bishop and a queen for a rook and 2 pawns. That ain't gonna get it done. Great game by Artem, punishing some very stinky cheese. Hope you enjoyed this one. Clearly Kramnik's onto that procedure now.
And trust me, it's an absolute banger. It's a game changer.
Mushrooms.
Banger.
Mushrooms.
Procedure,
Mushrooms.
Banger.
lock. This is first what I do.
And have a look at the video on screen if you want to see another youngster, Fausti, smashing up Hikaru Nakamura online. What an incredible game. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers.